Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. It's now time for the second game of today's doubleheader as we continue our coverage of Broncos athletics. And now, let's go to the field for today's game.
And here we go. Game number 2 between the Hastings College Broncos and the Mount Marty Lancers this afternoon here on the final day for the regular season for Hastings College in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Of course, GPAC action happening tomorrow. Hastings College trying to get ahead of Mother Nature, ahead of the weather. Went ahead and got this baby in here this evening. And it's all on the line for Hastings College. A victory, a walk-off home run from Lauren Lee in game number 1 for the 5-2 winner. And now for Hastings College, a must-win scenario. Once again, right back to it here against this Mount Marty Lancer squad. Tyson Avronic, Marcus Metcalf. I've been up here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex providing the play-by-play commentary. Marcus, job 1. Got done in game number 1, but you got to go right back to it and get right back to work here against this Mount Marty lineup. But you had the opportunity to kind of chit-chat with Coach Eric Williams in the aftermath of game 1, and I think it's a very confident Bronco bunch that they can get right back to work.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed that. He was so pumped up. But now he said business as usual now, because now you get back to work. You know, new pitcher. You got Cassidy Beavers going in the circle here for Hastings. You just got to get the sticks going, and he said he wants to get them earlier and not wait until the final innings. You got to take the advantages of some miscues there, and hopefully find some green grass. So Coach Williams is confident, and he has every right to be.
Just you mentioned it, getting back to work here. Cassidy Beavers getting the ball here in the circle for game number 2 for the Hastings College Broncos as she goes to work here on Aaron Eaton and Kelly Boom and Kayleen Jacinto. The top 3 due up here for the Mount Marty lineup, led off by Aaron Eaton. Eaton in game 1 was 0 for 4 with a strikeout, and then 3 pop-outs, 1 to center, to right, and to the first baseman in Lauren Lee, as Cassidy Beavers misses for a first pitch ball. The stakes, as we'll move along through, it's pretty simple for Hastings College. You've got to win this one. Win this one, and then put on some Midland gear, which feels weird to say as a Hastings College person, but you got to put on some Midland gear tomorrow. We're going to be big fans of the Warriors, as they'll need to take 2 from the Doane Tigers. Take 1 from the Doane Tigers, excuse me. Pitch in there for a strike. A split. Doane has the advantage on the tiebreaker. So Midland needs to go chalk against Doane University and take care of business against our foes from Crete. That would put Hastings College into the GPAC postseason tournament, where they were just 1 year ago in Fremont. A 3-1 count here to the leadoff hitter in Aaron Eaton as Beavers goes back to work, and that pitch is lined foul down the first base line. Brings the count full 3-2. Eaton, Boom, Jacinto, Richardson, Simpkins, Aguilar, Kraus, McGill, Soski, Gronke. The lineup here for Mount Marty. A plethora of changes here for the Lancers as they give some Lancers an opportunity, and Eaton thought she drew her first walk of the afternoon, but the home plate umpire pulls her back in. Down on strikes, Cassidy Beavers gets the first one here to start things off as game 2 gets underway just a little bit after 7 p.m. 7:12 now here in Hastings as the sun sets slowly in the western skyline as that pitch misses on the outside. Conveniently now between the columns here in the broadcast booth, it is no longer shining directly into the window number 1 as Callie Boom will step up with 1 down, and Beavers goes back to work. The delivery, and it's hit foul out towards the lawn chair section for the Bronco faithful down the third base line. Across the diamond, it's Hughes, Carroll, and Cap. Out in the outfield, Skinner anchoring at the third base bag. Lee across the diamond from her. McLean and Mudloff up the middle. Beavers and Medeiros pitching and catching here for the Broncos in game number 2. Again, the Broncos in the black tops, black pants, white numbers. And it's the dark blue jerseys with the Tar Heel blue sleeves and the Tar Heel blue pants for the Lancers. Here's the 1-2 from Beavers. Goes off speed and outside, trying for a chase pitch on Aaron Eaton. No dice. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All the Bronco runs in game 1 coming via the long ball. A 2-run homer for Reagan Hughes, a 3-run shot from Lauren Lee. See if the offense can't keep rolling. Right now, the pitching's rolling as Cassidy Beavers fans 2 Mount Marty Lancers in back-to-back ABs. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. How's that for an average? Kayleen Jacinto now stepping up to the plate.
You mentioned Midland bunch here tonight. Midland's actually up in game 2 at Morningside, 2-1 in the bottom half of the 6th.
Hopefully they don't run out of runs because they're going to need them tomorrow.
Yep.
Against Doane University. So wild that in back-to-back seasons here in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, it's between us and our rival Doane for the final spot. Hastings College forced Doane to watch mode last year with the walk-off home run from Caton Kapler. Now Doane is basically in control of their own destiny. All they have to do is win 1 against Midland tomorrow in that doubleheader, but that's not an easy task. Midland is a pretty darn good softball team. And this ball is hit out to left field. Diving, can't make the grab. This is going to be extra bases for the speedy Jacinto as she rounds the second base bag, takes a big wide turn, and retreats back to it. It's a double, 2-out double for Kayleen Jacinto, her second extra base hit of the afternoon. She had the RBI triple back in game 1 to get the scoring started for Mount Marty before KB settled in and only allowed 1 run after that. So Jacinto flips some gear to the first base coaching box, and that'll bring up Brooke Richardson to the plate. Richardson at the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 pop flies back in game 1. Runner at second and 2 down here in the top of the first as Cassidy Beavers goes to work. Swung on and missed. Beavers ahead in the count. Again, you're listening to Hastings College Softball here on the Extreme Sports Network, part of our doubleheader coverage here today. If you were watching the Hastings High baseball game earlier, that has concluded a 10-2 victory for Hastings High over Lincoln Northwest as they run rule the Falcons. And that has thus put us on stream, or on the Facebook stream. So on all 3 platforms here on the Extreme Sports Network, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, got the Roku channel available, the app, you name it, we're here with a pivotal game in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The 0-2 to Richardson from Beavers as he tries to fan 3 Lancers to start off the ball game. She goes upstairs, and not taken there was Brooke Richardson. Good plate discipline. Always tough to do, Marcus, when you got a runner in scoring position. You're licking your chops. You want to put the ball in play. Yep. Brooke lays off it. Here's an 0-2. Cassidy winds and delivers. Tries for the outside corner. Doesn't get the call. Bring it back to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Double deuce. On the count, Jaden Simpkins awaiting in the on-deck circle. She had the game off in game number 1. Count's now full after Beavers got ahead in the count 0-2. 3 straight wide ones. And now back to work here on the cleanup hitter. Put in play, right field side. Cap's got to go back. Cap's going to watch it roll to the fence, take a hop, and Brooke Richardson replaces Jacinto at the second base bag. It's a RBI double, and Mount Marty, for the second time here today, has taken the game's first lead. 1-0 here in the first. 2 quick strikeouts for Beavers and back-to-back doubles gives Mount Marty the first lead of the ball game. Jaden Simpkins now steps up to the plate again. Simpkins got a rest in game 1. Is going to be doing the catching here in game 2 for the Lancers. Goes first pitch swinging and out towards right field. Cap has to go back towards the fence, and this is going to be a home run. Jaden Simpkins comes into the game for the first time here tonight and immediately deposits one past the right field fence. First pitch swinging, it's a 2-run bomb, and it's a 3-0 Mount Marty lead. And up here in the press box, things just got a little more interesting. Coach Williams going to go have a chat here with the Broncos. Like we mentioned, it's whoever's ready.
Yep.
At this point, you have pitchers on pitchers on pitchers. You're playing to continue your season. You're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at him if you have to, if there's any signs of danger. And there didn't appear to be. Cassidy Beavers gets out of the gates, 2 quick strikeouts, and next thing you know, the meat of the order, 3, 4, 5, go double home run. 3 extra base hits in back-to-back-to-back fashion, and now you're staring down a 3-0 scoreline. And so crunch time now for the Broncos. Got to get after it. And they'll have to get after Sarah Aguilar, who steps up in the right-handed batter's box. Aguilar also absent from the lineup in Game 1. Aguilar will represent the designated position player. Designated position player, really the same thing as the designated hitter if you're a baseball fan, just using a different letter. And Beavers misses on the first, it's 1-0. Got a couple teams, Marcus, needing a comeback. Nebraska baseball is one of them, too.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that. Ugly right now.
Illinois threw a touchdown.
Champoy. Yep. Got after Cooper Kasky early. And Huskers are down 7-0 in the 4th, and they only have 1 base hit. Illinois has 7 runs on 6 hits. And they finally get to the Husker bullpen. Kasky only lasted 3 and 3 1/3.
It's a 2-1 here. It's a 2-hopper to McLean. McLean's going to throw low, dug out by Lee in time, and a 6-3 putout puts out the Lancers here in the first, but not before the heart of the order strikes first blood. An RBI double and a 2-run homer and a 3-0 Mount Marty lead. Bottom of the first, Hastings College coming up to bat for the first time tonight. It's Broncos softball. GPAC softball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here on the Extreme Sports Network, Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. Bottom of the first, Hastings College coming up for the first time here in game number 2. Kapler, Carroll, and Mudloff, the first 3, as they'll be facing Michaela Gronke in the circle here for the Mount Marty Lancers. And Cap coming up to the plate. Kapler in game 1, a strikeout, 2 strikeouts, and 2 fly balls, but it was in the winning effort as the Broncos were able to walk it off. The 3-run home run from Lauren Lee in the bottom of the 7th to take care of the Lancers. Now with a little bit more wood to chop here for this Hastings College offense. Cap going in here against the right-handed throwing Gronke as she throws in the first pitch for a strike. It'll be Kaiten Kapler leading off, Sophia Carroll hitting second, Lexi Mudloff batting third, Lauren Lee cleaning things up for the Broncos, Kyla Humphreys getting the start, hitting in the 5-hole in the designated position player spot for head coach Troy Baker. Anna Maderos hitting 6th, Sam Skinner 7th. Who's Ann McLean rounding out the Prime 9 for TB. Starting lineups brought to you by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings as Cap swings away and flares that one foul. 1-2 count. Another Big Ten football player going to the New York Jets. Apparently they watched Big Ten Network a few times this season as the pitch goes in and is fouled back at the fence. Marcus, talk about the newest inheritant.
Two Indiana Hoosiers now on the Jets roster for 2026.
National champion Indiana Hoosiers. Yep. Still feels weird.
Yes, it is. They just got D'Angelo Pons, the starting corner or the best corner on the Indiana roster last year, going to technically Jersey. So that's where he's going to be. D'Angelo Pons is now a New York Jet. So now, let's see, that makes it it's three offensive players and one defensive player now for the New York Jets.
Cap, line drive, right field side, and over there is Jacinto to make the out. She has been a vacuum out there in right field today. Nothing getting by her.
No. She's been, like you said, just a vacuum. That's pretty much just says that her and Sophia Carroll in center for Hastings seem like everything that goes their way, you're picking it up.
Well, we thought we had a home run from Ana Medeiros in game 1. It was Sosky, the center fielder, who crashed through the fence. So if you're a fan of watching good outfield play, it's still time to swing on down to the Bill and watch this pivotal matchup between the Lancers and Broncos here tonight for our Friday night nightcap on our triple header of sports across the network. Again, Hastings High winning over Lincoln Northwest on Stream 110-2. A 5-2 victory for the Broncos in Game 1. Broncos currently trailing on the scoreboard here in Game 2, 3-0, in a must-win matchup to keep the season alive. That one fouled off the fence. Speaking of the NFL draft, if you're just getting home from work for whatever reason at 7:30 on a Friday night, Bills finally made a draft pick. Taking TJ from Clemson. I like the initials. Pitch inside, and a little low. Brings the count to 2-2 here to Sophia Carroll. Carroll in game 1. Reached via an error, and then went 0 for 3.
We mentioned all the sports going on. Forgot to mention the third spring match for Nebraska in their final of the spring season. They're playing Northern Colorado tomorrow up in Chadron.
Northern Colorado.
Yep.
We bring in the freshman team. Here is the pitch. Freezes Sophia Carroll on the inside corner. Strikeout number 1 for Gronke. And there's 2 away here in the HC first. That'll bring up fifth-year senior Lexi Mudloff now to the plate. Mudloff, part of the 2020 GICC state tournament team. Watches the pitch go outside. Mudloff had a shot off the bat that looked like it was destined for the Pepsi parking lot, and then just hung up for a little too long. Back in game 1, she pops this one out to right field for a 1-2-3 inning for the Hastings College Broncos. Work to do. Down 3. Go down in order in the first, top of the second coming up. Mount Marty's got the 3-0 lead. You're listening to Hastings College Softball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Bill Smith Softball Complex here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. 3-0. Mount Marty out on top of the Hastings College Broncos. 3 runs on 3 hits back in the first inning. And 7, 8, and 9 due up. Cassidy Beaver is going to be facing the bottom of the order. Here to start off the second, starting off with Alyssa Cruz. And Alyssa Cruz, first pitch swing, finds a barrel and finds a gap and also finds a way to sneak underneath the fence line for a ground rule double. That's 4 extra base hits now for Mount Marty. Marcus, I got to be thinking we're already contemplating going into the bullpen.
Yep.
And no offense to Cassidy Beavers whatsoever, but you need to get out.
And it's Danny Sitz.
Yep. Danny's going to warm up in the bullpen here in a must-win scenario for Hastings College, already behind on the scoreboard, 3-0. Brody McGill stepping up to the plate. Bridget, excuse me. And Bridge looks at a first pitch across the plate for strike 1. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Lancers. And their hits have been loud ones. All extra base hits, 3 doubles and a homer. As McGill looks in. Beavers delivers. This one goes right back up the middle. It's going to be an RBI single. No, they hold their runner at third. Now the ball gets away from the cutoff, and that will be 2 runners in scoring position. And just like that, Mount Marty is threatening once again. A single from Bridget McGill, advancing on the overthrow, getting into scoring position. Kraus at third, McGill at second, and Alyssa Soski stepping up to the plate here with 2 in scoring position, and Mount Marty getting aggressive in the batter's box here against the Hastings College pitching staff. 2 hopper, shortstop side. McLean fields it, fires over to first in time. Lee's going to fire back across the diamond. Good thought there. Nice job for the Broncos to get an important out, not allowing a run to score. Soski grounds out to short, but the lineup will flip. Leadoff hitter in Eaton has yet to find base today. Can be aggressive with Eaton, I think. But then you kind of get into where Mount Marty has had the most success, and that's 2 on down. Pitch just misses.
Yeah, they're top third of the order. They were 3 for 10 in game number 1, so kind of like Hastings, kind of a struggle bus in that first game.
Hastings was like 1 for 12 until, and then Lee hit the cleanup and hits cleanup, so added the big 3-run walk-off home run. But yeah, top 3 needed some help. There's a ball that's going to get past McLean at the shortstop bag, and that'll be an RBI knock for Aaron Eaton. And Mount Marty now has a 4-0 lead. Runners at the corners, just 1 down. Ground ball or bust here for the Broncos. Danny Sitz again warming up with a little more urgency there in the bullpen. Beavers has already surrendered 6 hits and 4 runs here in just an inning and a third, as Boom will square around to bunt. Eaton's going to take the second base bag. Mudloff was cut off the throw in anticipation for Mount Marty to try to put on a first and third play. So it's 2 runners in scoring position again. High leverage, heavy traffic that Cassidy Beavers is going to try to work against, as this is going to be a line drive right to center. They're going to try to test Carroll, and the cutoff by Mudloff, and no advance from Mount Marty. Carroll was going to try to gun down that run by herself, but Mudloff cuts it off, and after the cutoff, I think Mount Marty might be second-guessing a little bit. So there's 2 down. Now it was a big out. It was hit too hard to be a sacrifice fly. When do you hit on the barrel and have the wrong approach at the batter's box? They needed to just loft one out to center. Instead, it was hit on a frozen rope, and Carroll got it right back in right quickly.
I think they're going to walk her now.
Yeah, don't mess with Jacinto. Put the force in any bag. Jacinto has burned the Broncos a couple times, but Gosh, you got Brooke Richardson waiting as the cleanup hitter. And she's going to have all of the ducks on the pond. Richardson with the RBI double back in the first. Beavers with the intentional walk. Its base is loaded. Here for here for Mount Marty. And Baker is going to have a chat, and that'll do it here for Cassidy Beavers. So Beavers will exit after an inning and 2/3. We'll tell you all about Danny Sitz when we come back. It's Broncos softball. It's a bases loaded jam here in the top half of the second. More softball right around the corner.
The Great Plains Athletic is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Back here at Bill Smith Softball Complex, Danny Sitz heads to the circle here for the Broncos. Marcus, what's the line on our new pitcher?
Yeah, Danny's 5-8 on the season. She's pitched 74 innings. She has given up 64 runs on 87 hits. She has walked 45. She struck out 55. She's given up 7 home runs, and she's a 4.64 ERA.
And how does she do in the pressure-packed situations? We're going to find out. Bases loaded as she comes into the ball game here for Mount Marty. 2 down, but nowhere to put these Lancers. As Brooke Richardson's going to come up to the plate already with an RBI double here in this one. Can't paint the corners around Richardson because waiting in the wings in the on-deck circle, Jaden Simpkins, who unloaded one for a 2-run homer. So toughest part of the order and the toughest scenario possible with bases loaded jam here early on in this pivotal must-win game number 2 for the Hastings College Broncos softball team. Danny Sitz gets the grip. Winds and delivers. It's upstairs, ball 1. Four runs, 6 hits for the Lancers. Beavers responsible for the 3 base runners. Pitch catches the outside corner, 1-1. Line is not yet closed on Cassidy Beavers, who was pounding the zone, forcing Mount Marty to put it in play, but they were barreling it. They were finding some green grass. As they went to work on Beavers, here's the pitch. It pops out of the glove of Anna. She checks the runner, makes sure there's no advance, and quickly retrieves the ball. 2-1. Big moment here early on in this one. As Sitz looks in and fires. Inside. 3-1.
Good pitch from Sitz, too.
Well, just didn't get the call. Now it's a hitter's count. And you got to come inside here. Walked her on the inside. Back-to-back walks, scores a run. Mount Marty takes a freebie, and it's 5-0. You don't want to give out the freebies. Got to stop the bleeding here. Jaden Simpkins. 2-run bomb in her first at-bat, now stepping up with the bases loaded. You know she's licking the chops.
Yep.
Sits, fires, and does catch the outside corner.
Yep, Simpkins, a sophomore from Rising Sun, Maryland.
And a pop fly. Can of corn. Carroll's there. Broncos are out of the jam. 1 run does come across to score. 2 runs come across to score. 1 on Danny Sitz, who came in relief of Cassidy Beavers. A 5-0 scoreline here for Mount Marty as we get set to go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Broncos and the Lancers here this evening on the Extreme Sports Network.
Highland Dairy is more than milk. We're more than ice cream and more than yogurt. More than just dairy. We're the communities we serve. We're our employees. We're sustainers of the environment and regulators of food safety. Our values are clear because they have to be. Without them, we can't bring you the dairy products you deserve. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back here on Extreme Sports, Hastings College softball tonight, brought to you in part by Highland Dairy, by Mammoth Sports Construction, and by Mary Lanning Memorial Healthcare. Bottom of the second we go, Hastings College staring down a 5-0 box score, looking for get the offense going, and looking to get it going with the first baseman who delivered the 3-run walk-off home run in Game 1 in Lauren Lee. Lee a single, a walk, the walk-off homer, and a strikeout back in Game number 1, and goes to work here on Michaela Grunke, who winds in, delivers, and throws one high and outside. Again, a 5-2 victory in Game number 1. Keeps the season alive, and we're still playing meaningful softball in the final game of the regular season here for the Hastings College Broncos as Lee swings away and pops it up towards the bullpen. It'll be 1-1. So what you want to do is be playing meaningful softball, and fortunately for Hastings College, they're still looking on the outside in. Still need to win today, and then need help tomorrow from Midland to take care of the Doane University Tigers, who are currently sitting in the 8th spot with a game advantage and the advantage on the tiebreaker over Hastings College. As it'll be a 1-2 here to Lauren Lee. Humphreys awaiting in the on-deck circle. A lineup switcheroo from Troy Baker as Lee lines and drives it third base side or left field side, and it's going to push just foul. Eaton gave it a good look. Couldn't quite track her down.
Yeah, Midland, that game just went final at Morningside. 2-1 Midland with the win over Morningside. Game number 2.
So Midland has knocked off the Mustangs. Again, we hope they don't celebrate too hard tonight. We'll need them tomorrow if the Broncos are able to get a comeback victory here against the Lancers. They're going to need to get the bats going and in a hurry. Already trailing here early on after ambush tactics from Mount Marty to start off the first 2 frames. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Lauren Lee, and the pitch. And a nice hard line drive from Lauren Lee, and this is going to go foul. Trying to go down that left field line. That's the second time she's looked that direction.
Yeah, now the left fielder finally moved over to her right a little bit. That's where Lee hit her walk-off home run, one more left center.
Yep. The 2-2. Lee's going to go right field side this time, and it floats foul. Count stays even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lee, Humphrey, Medeiros due up for the Broncos here in this frame. And Lee, line drive. And it's going to drop into shallow center, and the Broncos have their first base hit of the ball game and a base runner. Here to try to get the offense going in Game 2. Kyla Humphreys will step up to the plate. The designated position player here for the Broncos, not used in Game 1. Used sparingly, I guess, throughout the course of the season. This is a move from the coaching staff standpoint where they see something maybe in Kyla in the film, in the scouting report. Baker's going to roll with Kyla Humphreys in the 5-hole here for the pivotal Game 2.
So she's been filling in place for Kaylee Pino in this ball game. Let's see if Kyla can provide the same spark.
Here's the pitch to Humphreys. It's swung on over the top and missed. Down in the count to 0-2. Anna Medeiros awaiting in the on-deck circle. As the Broncos work with the runner on first here in the bottom half of the second. Nearly a pick back to first. They decide to hold. The count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Just misses. Brings the count to 2-2. Eli Stowers is now a Philadelphia Eagle. Meanwhile, there has been back-to-back Missouri Tigers selected as it swung on and missed here from Kyla Humphreys. Ravens taking defensive end from Missouri. And Trotter, the linebacker, has big shoes to fill as he fills the hole of Levante David over there at Tampa Bay. Yeah. No big deal, kid.
A Nebraska native just went too.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars selected Aurora, Nebraska native, Nate Borkercher.
Really?
Yep.
Good on you.
Yeah. First pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, Nate Borkercher is going to go play for Jacksonville. He's going to play with Trevor Lawrence.
Poor guy.
Travis Etienne. Well, no, Jacksonville lately.
Here's Ana Medeiros up to the plate. Check swing. They're going to call for help. No swing from Medeiros with the runner at first.
But good for him, though, man.
Absolutely.
He's worked hard down there at A&M. He made that game-winning catch against Notre Dame in week 2.
Yep. 2 Hopper, third base side. This could be trouble, but they throw the ball away. Ball's thrown away into the outfield from Mount Marty, and this is going to be runners at the corners, and Medeiros pulled a hamstring, trying to round first. Medeiros rounding the first base back, had to retreat back to it, or the Broncos might have 2 in scoring position. It looked to be set up for a 5-4-3 double play, but Kraus threw the ball away from McGill, and now it's Bronco base runners after the E5, and Sam Skinner will step up to the plate.
Yeah, they're going to give Anna some time here.
Yep.
That's
rounded. You knew it right away. Yep. Knew it right away. She rounded the first base bag and immediately went on all fours.
She's saying, no, I'm staying in.
Able to walk off the hamstring. Gets a couple taps from the first base coaching box.
But now here's your chance for your HC. Now you got to capitalize now. You're not going to get another golden opportunity like Mount Marty had some chances back in game 1.
You put as much emphasis and hits as you want. You hit 15 hits. Yeah, great, right?
Right.
You take advantage of errors and walks. You take advantage of errors and walks offensively, you're going to win more softball games than you're going to lose, period. Can they take advantage of the defensive miscue here from Mount Marty with Sam Skinner at the plate? First pitch in there for a strike. Reagan Hoos awaiting in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, Skinner back in game number 1, she was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored.
Let's keep it rolling. It's the pitch to Sammy. Pop fly, trouble, and collisions. Multiple. Second baseman's going to come down with it. It'll work as a sacrifice fly, but 3 players collide in the Bermuda Triangle, and ultimately the end result is the same for Sam Skinner. She does get the RBI on the sac fly. So Reagan Hoos will step up to the plate. Medeiros was forced to retreat back to the first base bag as the ball was just caught out there in shallow center, almost is still in the infield behind second base, excuse me. McGill, Boom, Soski all ran in on it.
Yeah, it's like almost no man's land.
And I almost thought it was going to drop in between all of them.
Yep.
It nearly did. Somehow McGill was able to hang on to that softball, and there's 2 down, and this one's going to be out towards Soski in center. And that works as a routine fly ball for her, and the Lancers are out of the jam, but the Broncos do get their first run of the ball game. A sacrifice fly off the bat of Sam Skinner. That scores Lauren Lee, and it's 5-1 now. Mount Marty on top as we get set to go to the third. It's Broncos softball, and it's on Extreme Sports.
Looking for the place in Hastings where people go for great food and good times? Head to Bullseye's Sports Bar and Grill. For more than 25 years, Bullseyes has been a Hastings institution, the spot where friends gather, games are watched, and memories are made. And every night of the week brings a can't-miss special. Tuesday features the pork ribeye. Wednesday is legendary wing night, crispy, saucy, and downright delicious. Thursday is the chicken buffet. Come hungry. Friday is pick your protein with your entree cooked to order plus all-you-can-eat sides and the salad bar. And Saturday wraps it up with steak specials. Great food, great atmosphere, and a Hastings tradition for more than a quarter century. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd and Hastings.
Back here at Bill Smith Softball Complex here on the Extreme Sports Network. Top of the third we go. 5-1, Mount Marty on top here. The Hastings College Broncos. Cassidy Beavers, the starting pitcher for HC, chased out of the game. And enter in Danny Sitz, who is currently in the circle for HC as the Broncos get set to face 5, 6, and 7. And for 5, 6, and 7, we go to Marcus Metcalf.
Thank you, Tyson. Sarah Aguilar due up here for Mount Marty, the junior from Santa Ana, California.
6'7", not 5'6",
6'7".
My
Yes.
bad.
First pitch in there for a ball. Next pitch, line shot center field. Carroll going back on it. She camps under it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Krause to the plate. She doubled and scored in her first AB. Let's see if Danny can get her on a punch out here. First pitch. Fouled out of play. 0-1. Krause playing third base. The junior from Post Falls, Idaho. The 0-1. That missed upstairs for a ball 1-1.
Alyssa Krause, of course, not to be confused with Allison Krause, possibly the best female vocalist of all time, in my opinion. I don't think they're related either.
The 1-1. That's in there for strike 1 and 2.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack? Chef's Kiss, pure gold.
The 1-2 on the way. Line right field side, that might be trouble, but Kapler gets there, makes the catch. Right on the right first base line, and that's going to be out for number 2. And that's going to bring up McGill to the plate. McGill, freshman from Omaha. McGill, she singled and scored in her first plate appearance back in inning number 2. Quickly 2 down here for Mount Marty in top half inning number 3. First pitch well outside for a ball 1-0. As McGill gets back in the box, sits, gets her sign, comes set, and the pitch. That misses upstairs for a ball 2-0. Mount Marty leading 5-1. Lancers scored 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second. The 2-0. That misses inside for a ball 3-0.
Speaking of Aurora, they got Adams Central tomorrow, don't they?
Yes, they do out here at the Smith Complex over on Field 7. I think it's an early go to. I think 10 a.m. start.
Nope, that's too early.
Next pitch is in there for a strike 3-1.
Love you, Timmy, but I'm not getting up at 10 on a Saturday, bud.
Or our buddy from the Wolf is going to be here, so he'll be here early. You know that. The 3-1. Ground ball right side. Nice pick up there by Lee. She's going to bring it over the first by herself, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. There are no one left. We're going to bottom half inning number 3. Mount Marty 5, Hastings 1, and this is Broncos softball.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President. Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back here at Bill Smith Softball Complex, Marcus Metcalf, Tyson Vronick with you. 9-1-2 due up here for Hastings, McLean, Kapler, and Carroll. As it's Gronke still back in the circle for Mount Marty. She has 2 strikeouts already here in the game number 2. So Jenna McLean due up for HC, playing shortstop. Gets her first plate appearance here in game number 2. First pitch on the way. That misses up for a ball 1-0. McLean back in game number 1. She was officially 0 for 2. The 1-0. That misses down low for a ball 2-0.
But did technically score the winning run.
It technically scored the winning run, yes.
In the 3-run walk-off home run. McLean really great defensively for the Broncos at that shortstop spot. Some pretty impressive plays from game 1. You know why she's in the prime 9, just with the work that she has with the glove. Very reliable and steady shortstop here for HC.
The 2-1 pitch. Right to the first baseman and Richardson. That was a line drive towards the right field side, and that was caught. So fly out to the first baseman. That's going to bring up top of the order in Kaiten Kapler.
Killer.
Yep.
I mean, you do everything right from the approach standpoint. You lace it down the first base line, and it's just a rocket that quick reaction time from Richardson.
How many of those have we seen this year?
Mm-hmm.
First pitch to Kapler. That catches top of the zone for a strike, 0-1.
You want to come over on this side?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm going back and forth. Going between the pillar here. First pitch, or next pitch on the way is down low for a ball 1-1.
I got a little more room here for you.
No, I'm all right. I'm just trying to avoid the sun, too, as much as I can.
Did I wear deodorant? I'm just double-checking here. Keep moving away from me, partner.
Next pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Next pitch in, on the way, swing and a miss. Update from Los Angeles. The Royals have a 5-0 lead over the Angels.
Really?
2-2 now. Here to Kaiten Kapler. 2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Champaign, Illinois. I'm keeping an eye on that. Huskers trailing 7-2. Top half inning number 6. Husker softball got a sweep of Iowa today. They had played a doubleheader today. Next pitch, high and outside for a ball. Count now run full.
Husker baseball needing some more Friday night magic. Go back to
USC.
Last Friday against USC. Let's do it again. Run it back. I gave up on them the first time on Friday night. Why not this time? Here's the 3-2.
Upstairs, ball 4. So Caps on with a walk. Sophia Carroll now up to the plate. Carroll struck out in her first AB back in inning number 1. She was 1 for 4 in game number 1, including a run scored.
Paul Skeens Day, by the way, on Major League Baseball in the National League Central. Skeens on the bump. They're through 4 2/3. It's a 3-0 Pirates lead. Skeens already with 6 strikeouts. He's incredible.
First pitch on the way. Here's Sophia Carroll. Low in the dirt for a ball 1-0.
What else is incredible is the Mets and their losing ways. They're now losing to Colorado In the top of the 7th.
The 1-0. Line drive, base hit, left field. That was more of a bloop shot to left field as I was trying to work my way around the pillar. So it is a base hit for Sophia Carroll. That moves Kapler up to second. And now the Broncos now have 2 ducks on the pond for Lexi Mudloff.
Blooper or a blast, they all look the same in the box score, and it's a base knock for Sophia Carroll, and the infield going to have a little chit-chat. Lexi Mudloff stepping up to the plate. 1 down, 3-4-5. Here coming up with the power of the Broncos batting order. Let's see if the third frame can't be the frame that the Broncos bite back and get back into this baby.
Yeah, Mudloff flew out to right field in her first AB. She was 1 for 4 with a single back in game number 1. As we're waiting for the umpire to write down in his book that there was a visit or timeout issued. Keeping an eye on this Husker game. Huskers have now scored 2 runs here in the 6th, 7-4. And they still got 2 runners on too. First pitch misses for a ball to Lexi Mudloff, 1-0.
Plenty of game left for Will Bolt.
Oh yeah. The 1-0. Line drive left center field. That baby has a chance to get out of here, and it is! 3-run bomb from Lexi Mudloff. And the Broncos are within 1.
Senior day, playing your last home games here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, and your 5th-year senior coming through with a 3-run bomb to bring the Broncos right back in this. A brand new ball game here at Bill Smith Softball Complex, courtesy of the 3-run shot from Lexi.
3-run shot for Lexi. We had a 3-run shot from Lauren Lee back in game number 1. See if Lee can make it 2 home runs on the evening and tie this baby up at 5.
Lee with the base knock back in inning number 2 to start things off for the Broncos. Came around to score a run as well.
Ground ball, shortstop side. Boom picks it up, fires the first in time. 6-3 put out for out number 2. And that's going to bring Kyla Humphreys now to the plate.
That's a huge out, Marcus, for Mount Marty after you give up the 3-run home run. And if Lee would have been able to find a way to get on and keep the Bronco rally rolling with just 1 out, that was a big out number 2 for the Mount Marty Lancers.
First pitch on the way to Kyla. That's in there for a strike, going 1. And now the Broncos have played at 3, bring within 1. Now the momentum, feel like it's coming your way. Now you got to keep that momentum going. Next pitch, foul back to the screen. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Big cut from Kyla Humphreys. Just missed it underneath. Pops it back foul. Coach Baker down the third baseline, continuing to give the words of encouragement, wanting his Bronco hitters to be aggressive here against Michaela Grunke.
The 0-2. Called strike 3, outside corner. So that'll end the inning.
Gotta want.
So 3 runs. 3 runs on 2 base hits. There were no errors and no runners left on base. We're through 3, Mount Marty 5, Hastings 4, as this is Broncos softball.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College Athletics.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, Marcus Metcalf, Tyson Avronic with you. Should be 9-1-2 due up here for Mount Marty, and it is. Soski, Eaton, and Boom. 0-2 up here for the Lancers. As Danny Sitz gets back in the circle here for the Broncos. First pitch on the way. That catches inside corner for a strike, 0-1.
3-run home run, big for Lexi Mudloff back in the bottom half of the third for the Broncos, as that brings them within one. Now a 5-4 game. Feel like it's a brand new game here at Bill Smith.
Next pitch, fly to the right field side. That's going to be Kapler running underneath it. She does, makes the catch for out number one, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Eaton. Aaron Eaton, she is 1 for 2 in here in game number 2 with a single back in inning number 2. Eaton up to the plate. Boom waiting on the on-deck circle. First pitch on the way. Foul back to the screen. 0-1. Mount Marty 5 runs, 6 hits and an error. Hastings 4 runs, 3 hits.
After Sitz got out of the jam in the second, that is now 4 straight Lancers retired from Danny.
The 0-1. That misses upstairs for a ball, 1-1.
Make that 5, actually. Yep. If I could do math, that would be a much better world.
Yep.
You'd think I could, because I have enough fingers to do math to 5.
The 1-1. Nearly the same pitch as the first pitch, but that misses inside. 2-1. It's 2-1 pitch here from Danny. Upstairs for a ball, 3-1. As your Buffalo Bills are now on the clock.
Kind of taking a little breather here. You go ahead and go ahead and run it. I'm
3 balls
anxious.
and a strike. Next pitch outside for a ball 4.
I've got my eyes in Pittsburgh right now.
Yep. Yes, you do. So now it's going to bring up Boom now to the plate. Kelly Boom, freshman from T, South Dakota. The lefty. First pitch on the way. That just misses for a ball. 1-0. Rounds 2 and 3 tonight of the NFL draft. And then a full day of coverage for rounds 4 through 7 tomorrow. Next pitch, fouled away. That's going to bring the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first. That's Eaton. 1 down. The 1-1 pitch. Line up the middle. That's going to be base hit. Nearly a play at second, but Eaton slides in safely as Carroll almost tries to make the play, almost make the 8-4 put out, but Eaton does make it there to second, so that's going to be a single for Boom. Her first base hit of game number 2, and that's going to bring up Jacinto now to the plate.
Top of the order has been a pill here for the Bronco pitching staff, Marcus.
Yep. As Jacinto, she doubled. She's one of the back-to-back doubles that the Lancers had back in inning number 1 that plated 3 runs. First pitch on the way. Foul left field side. It's going to get out of play.
It must be in commercial break or something because the pick's been in for like 20 minutes.
Yep. A lot of people. What did they say? 340,000 people there last night in Pittsburgh.
And they say nobody watches the draft.
The 0-1. Foul back out of play again. 0-2. Yeah, because the Jets don't get a pick in the 3rd round at all, so I have to wait a while. I have to wait till tomorrow. The 0-2. Fouled again.
I love this sports tracker that tells you what your team needs are.
Yep.
This would be easier if they told you what you didn't need. Basically, in the Bills' case, that's quarterback and running back. You need everything else.
Yep. Need a punter and a kicker.
We need a strikeout here.
0-2. Swing and a miss.
Let's go.
You called it. Out number 2. Richardson now up to the plate. Richardson now, she is 1 for 1 officially with a double and a run scored.
Davison Igbinosun.
Say that again.
Defensive back from Ohio State.
Yep. Ground ball left side. That's going to get out. That's going to be foul. Many Ohio State players going the first 2 days. That's back-to-back Ohio State players that went. Max Clare went to the Rams, tight end. So 0-1 here in a 5-4 ball game between Mount Marty and Hastings. The 0-1. That catches the outside corner for a strike 0-2. Runner on at second, 2 outs. See if Danny Sis can get out of this, another strikeout. The 0-2 pitch. Line shot left field side. Skinner gets underneath of it and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So no damage done after the leadoff or after the walk. So no runs on 1 base hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We're going to bottom half inning number 4. Mount Marty 5, Hastings 4. This is Broncos softball.
Mary Lanning picks out people that are going to help support. Mary Lanning picks out people that are going to help support our mission and our values here at Mary Lanning. They want to recruit people that are continue to make us a strong organization and continue to provide that exceptional patient care.
There are people all around me constantly to support me in my personal life, but also in my career. People are always advocating for me to grow and to learn.
We're 2 sisters here that believe in Mary Lanning and the mission and values here, and we're going to continue to support this community for as long as we can.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. New pitcher to talk to you about. J.C. Hyen, the new pitcher here for Mount Marty. The junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Going to the ball game, so Broncos will see a new pitcher. That's bringing up 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. Madero, Skinner, and Hoos. Due up here for HC. Let's see if Ana Maderos can get a base hit here to start off the inning here for HC.
Probably a situation where you took a look at your starter, you looked back in that third frame, you saw the walk, the single, and then the 3-run bomb, and maybe you had Hyen warming up. And, you know, typically third time through the order, you might make a change in that situation. But if she's already warming up, why not just get her into the ball game here in the bottom half of the 4th here in a 1-run game?
Yep. First pitch to Ana Maderos, misses for a ball, or misses in low for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. That catches the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, you look back at that inning where the Broncos tallied up 3 runs. You're thinking, okay, it's probably a good time to pull her because they've really been hitting her in that 3rd inning. Next pitch, fouled away. Now brings count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the sun is finally starting to set behind the clouds.
I'm wondering if are those clouds or is that haze from the what's going on out west?
It could be.
Yeah.
And a couple fires brewing
Goodness
up the last couple
gracious.
days. A couple up by Atkinson, O'Neill area.
They can't get
Man,
a break.
no, they can't. The 1-2. Fouled it back. We'll do it again.
Sandhills, I had a 2-year stint out in the Sandhills and Broken Bow and throughout this radio career, and it hits a little too close to home where the people that you made connections with, the people that helped you bust your chops out in the Sandhills were putting a plea for help onto social media. Just really, really tough to watch the wildfire scenario right now, but God knows we need rain, and this weekend I think we're finally get it.
2-2 now to Ana Maderos. As next pitch to her, that misses well outside for a ball, 3-2. Yeah, one just south of Atkinson. That's where my dad was born, so it kind of hits a little bit for me a little bit. Just south of my dad's hometown, as he was born in Atkinson. Everybody knows where Atkinson is, about 20 miles west of O'Neill. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Maderos goes down swinging. And that's going to bring up Sam Skinner now to the plate. She is 0 for 1 today. She flew out to the second baseman and McGill.
But got an RBI out of it with the sac fly.
Yep. That was that little blooper, like the center. It was almost a Bermuda Triangle.
She's paid 2 bills today. A sac fly. She had a sac bunt back in game 1.
First pitch on the way to Sam. That's going to go up the middle, but that's going to be caught there by Soski in center. Nice hard hit ball from Skinner, but Soski was right there. She only took a couple steps back to record the second out, and that's going to bring up Reagan Hoos now to the plate. Hoos was 0 for 1. She flew out to Soski back in inning number 2. Hoos scored a run back in the first AB. That was her home run that she hit, her first home run of the season. First pitch on the way. That misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Playing 7 here in game number 2. Hastings trails Mount Marty 5-4. The 1-0. Shows bunt. Nice bunt there from Reagan Hoos. She's going to beat it easy. That's a nice way to get on base. A bunt single. Now the Broncos have their first base runner here of inning number 4, and that's going to bring up Jenna McLean now to the plate.
A little trickeration at the bottom of the order. Just find a way to get on. Keep the line moving. And what this does is now you bring up the 9-hole, and even if the Broncos can't get any more production out of this inning, your lineup flips for the top half in the 5th. So that's a big, big bunt there for Reagan Hoos.
Yeah, see if Jenna McLean can keep the train rolling here. That's the big key right now. The first pitch here to Jenna. Misses for a ball, 1-0.
Thank you, Blue.
I was waiting for him to make the delayed strike call. That's why I was like, and the pitch is in there for a ball.
Survey says.
Yeah. The 1-0 pitch here to Jenna McLean. That's me line to the right side. Base hit right field. First to third goes Hoos. So now the Broncos now have runners on the corners. Base hit from McLean, and that's from the top of the order, Kaiten Kapler. Like you mentioned it, Tyson. Big, big bunt. That brings up to a base hit from Jenna McLean. Now brings up your top of the order, who has struggled this today, but now has come up big here back in inning number 3. See if they can repeat it again.
Who has struggled today, and the old baseball, softball adage is you're due. Yep. And for Cap, you're due. Big spot here for Kaiten Kapler.
First pitch. That ball gets away from the catcher. Runner's going to try and steal home, and she does. Ball gets away. No runner does not advance. Hoos does score from third. McLean goes to second. So now we're tied at 5 apiece here, folks. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Broncos have tied this baby after trailing 5-0, or 5-1, excuse me. Now we're going to have a meeting on the mound. But that's what you need. That's what we've been talking about. Executing on miscues, errors, wild pitches, you name it, Tyson. And Hastings got one right there.
Well, and then credit Reagan Hoos again.
Yes.
First of all, the ability to just drop that bunt down and beat it out. But then also at third base, right? If you're sleeping, if you're just kind of going through the motions, you're not ready to go, that ball gets passed, you're still stuck at the third base bag. That time, Reagan was ready to go and takes off and scores the tying run. Now it's a 5-5 game. Brand new ball game here at Bill Smith as we're all tied up.
As they're going to bring up
Soph.
No, it still should be Kapler. That was a wild pitch. I know. I did the same thing. I'm about ready to say the same thing.
I saw a 7. I thought it was 3-7.
Yeah. Next pitch in there for a ball, 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
At least when we make mistakes, we make them at the same time, right? Like, could one of us cover for each other once in a while? No.
No. Well, we did once. He had 85 and I had 84, so we did cover. That next pitch, that misses for a ball, 3-0. I mentioned Huskers answered back with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Now Illinois answers right back with 1 more run, so it's now 9-4 Illinois. Now we're going to have time on the field. I don't know what the time is for.
What's going on? Just checking the count.
Yep. 3 balls and no strikes. That's what I have. As we're getting clarification, we're finally going to get it. And we resume play. The 3-0 pitch. is on the way. That catches the plate for a strike, 3-1.
Gotta want. Taken all the way, obviously, on the 3-0.
And Kapla is already getting ready to throw her bat back, and ump says, nope, that's a strike. Now it's 3-1 to Kapler. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. That was a chase pitch, and she chased. Now the counts are on full with McLean still at second base. Duck on the pond here for Kaiten Kapler. Drive in the go-ahead run. The 3-2 offering. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes McLean. Ball is cut off, and she will score. Broncos now with the lead, 6-5.
Broncos taking the lead on the Kaiten Kapler RBI single as Cap comes through in the clutch once again on the final day of the regular season. Big knock for Cap. That'll bring up Sophia Carroll. Broncos have battled back and have taken the lead, trailing 5-0, now a 6-5 advantage here for HC.
Yep, Sophia Carroll, she scored in her last at B2. So let's see if they can repeat and do it again. First pitch on the way. Here to Carroll. That catches the outside corner for a strike, going 1. Now Kapler first. 2 runs have scored already here for HC in bottom half of inning number 4.
How good does it feel to finally get a 2-out knock? A productive 2-out. We've been talking all season. That's been the bugaboo for the Broncos so far in this season, at least in the home games that we've had them. 2-out hitting, productive 2-out hitting, getting RBIs when you have runners in scoring position. Finally, Cap comes through with a breakthrough knock to give the Broncos the lead.
The 1-1 pitch. Checks her swing. The umpire says she went. Now the count's now at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Caught the zone, too, so
yep,
that helps.
Yep, that does. Now it's 1-2 here to Sophia Carroll with Kaiten Kapler at first. The 1-2. Just misses for a ball, 2-2. That looked good from here. Count now at even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first.
Got to protect here with 2 strikes. Can't go down with 2 strikes without swinging the bat. You got to want in this situation.
The 2-2 misses upstairs for a ball. Counts now full. Yeah, this is a big moment right here. You keep your inning going, kind of keep the momentum going a little bit. Bring up your 3-hole hitter in Lexi Mudloff, who already went yard already back in inning number 3. That'd be huge right now for the Broncos. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And Carroll goes down swinging. But the Broncos plate 2 runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We're through 4, Hastings 6, Mount Marty 5, as this is Broncos softball.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
And welcome back to Hastings College Softball here on the Extreme Sports Network. Tyson Abronic and Marcus Metcalf here for this one. Hastings College has battled back and retakes the lead. 6-5 after a 2-run score in the bottom half of the 4th. The big single, the RBI single, once again off the bat of Kaiten Kapler. She sends one right back up the middle. Broncos got the lead. Now time to preserve it as we get set to go for the top half of inning number 5, where we will see 5, 6, and 7 due up here for the Mount Marty Lancers. Jaden Simpkins will lead things off. A home run back in inning number 1, a 2-run shot. That was part of the Mount Marty ambush tactics to the tune of a 5-run lead that they grabbed on the Broncos. HC has clawed back 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth as they just continue to chip away here at Mount Marty. Danny Sitz is working in relief of Cassidy Beavers, who gave up those 6 runs. And Now Simpkins takes a look at a pitch upstairs for ball 2. A 2-0 count here to the 5-hole. 5, 6, and 7 due up. Simpkins barrels it. Line out to left field. It's going to drop in front of Who's. And Mount Marty has a base runner. Leadoff single for Jaden Simpkins. She's 2 for 3 here on the evening. So that'll bring up Sarah Aguilar now to the plate. A ground out and a pop out. And a potential pinch hitter. Or courtesy runner. Courtesy runner for the catcher. Yep.
See if I can provide you a number.
She's got really long hair.
Number 8, it's Jocelyn Simmons.
Okay. Simmons, oh, really? Simmons is going to run for Simpkins. That should look cute on my scorecard. Simmons, not to be confused with Simpkins, is standing at first.
Can't make it easy for us up here,
No,
can they?
no, it's not easy, folks. I'll be a play-by-play broadcaster.
Yeah. Love to have you.
At least the numbers are legible. Here's a bunt, third base side. Skinner moving in on the play, and sacrifice is successful. As Aguilar lays down the bunt, moves the runner Simmons over to second. Alyssa Krause stepping up to the plate.
Update from the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Anyone interesting? Cardinals now have a quarterback.
Oh.
The name of Carson Beck. The transfer that went to Miami his senior season, lost in the national championship game to Indiana, is now an Arizona Cardinal.
He was Georgia, then Miami, right?
Yep.
No other stops in between?
Don't think so.
Not like
Top of my head.
Not like DR15.
Oh.
Who might not even be the starter in 2027. Pop fly, right field side, and Cap's underneath it. Here comes the throw down to third. Hits the cutoff, and they throw into Skinner. There will be no play at third, as it's a fly out to right for Krause to move Simmons to third. 2 down, though, for the Broncos.
No, and the other big news, if you haven't seen it today, the Board of Regents did approve Nebraska's $600 million renovation today. So starting after this season, South Stadium that you know today at Memorial Stadium will be no more. For 2 seasons, or season and a half, roughly. They said by the 2028 season they should have it ready. That's a big if.
Well, hopefully they start construction after.
They do, after 2026 season.
I was going to say after Banana Ball. I don't care as long as I can watch Banana Ball this summer there. That's the hottest ticket that I have for my summer plans.
How'd you end up getting tickets? I thought you got denied.
I did. I got friends, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
I do have friends. Like,
oh, I know.
Don't sound so completely shocked.
Out of the way.
I didn't mean to stun you into silence by letting people know that I have friends out here. As Bridget McGill is in at the plate, a single and a grounder to first. Yeah, I had some friends of job number 3 come through in the clutch, and they said,
There you go.
You want to go to the game? I says, heck yeah.
You know where you're sitting?
It's up there.
Oh, okay. East Stadium?
We're in the park.
Okay.
Here's the pitch to McGill. Swung on, hit towards right field. This one's going to be trouble. It lands in the Bermuda Triangle, and the game is tied. McGill with a base knock. Drives in Simmons from third. Just past Lexi Mudloff right before Kaiten Kapler. Couldn't have thrown it out there any better. And it's a 6-6 tie here in the 5th. Alyssa Soski now stepping up to the plate.
How many of those have we seen today where they didn't drop?
How many of those have we... Oh, right. For us, yes.
Yeah.
For us, yes. 6-6 tie here in the top of the 5th. And a big cut from Alyssa Soski, excuse me. Soski still looking for her first hit of the contest. She robbed the Broncos of a solo shot back in game number 1. That was probably the defensive highlight today, at least in terms for Mount Marty. As it's now a 1-1 with 2 down, and Danny Sitz runs into trouble for the first time here in the 5th by giving up the RBI single to score Simmons. Pop up in the infield, and this is trouble. And it lands in.
That was a base hit for Sosky. Now she is in the score, or in the hit column. Bring up top of the order.
Whatever works. That's what you tell yourself. Yep. It was not pretty, but it worked. It was effective, and it's 3 base hits here in the inning. And a coaching conversation as they'll talk about this.
Coach Theo Harris.
Yep.
See, he's going to be able to, you'll see him on the prep side of things starting this coming fall. New head coach there at Northwest.
I even threw on the Northwest cap for him today.
Saw that.
I thought it would maybe bring him a little joy or a luck. I just figured if things don't go well, I didn't really want to be in full Cardinal garb with 2 Cubs fans down in the dugout. I didn't think that would go very well, so I thought better of it and I dressed appropriately for him.
Yeah.
But things still with an opportunity to go the Broncos' way here. They battled back into a 6-6 tie again. They came into today needing to win both games from Mount Marty. They took care of the Lancers in the first one with a walk-off home run. And now here in Game 2, stuck at a 6-6 tie. So what do we have? Eaton, the leadoff hitter, stepping up to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. And Sitz needing to rock and fire. Humming on the inside corner. Strike 1 to Aaron Eaton. With Callie Boom, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Let's wait for her appearance till next inning, shall we? As it goes right to Skinner, and Skinner wisely steps on the bag. 5 unassisted to end the 5th, but Mount Marty does tie the ball game back up. 3 hits in the inning. It's a 6-6 tie. Bottom of 5 we go. It's Broncos and Lancers here on Extreme Sports.
Looking to make prom night unforgettable? Complete your look with fresh, stylish corsages and boutonnieres designed to match your outfit and stand out on the dance floor. From classic elegance to bold, colorful styles, we've got the perfect finishing touch for your big night. Handcrafted, fresh, and made just for you, because every detail matters. Stop by or order online at bobsassflowers.com and get prom ready in style. Serving Hastings since 1955.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Going to work here in the bottom of the 5th, Hastings College and Mount Marty this evening here on Extreme Sports. Lexi Mudloff coming up to the plate. For Lexi, we just flash back to earlier in this ball game, back in the 3rd inning, a 3-run bomb. That brought the Broncos within 1. Then a Caton Kapler RBI single gave the Broncos the lead. Mount Marty has since tied the game in the top half of the 5th with an RBI single off the bat of Bridget McGill. But the Broncos getting the chance to get back to the bat rack and get another cushion here. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Mount Marty. 6 runs and 6 hits for HC. It's a 1-2 to Lexi, who swings away, goes right back up the middle, nearly catches the pitcher, and it's going to trickle on out there to center field for a base hit. That ball was hit hard.
So how did that not hit her? Because that was roped. And here comes Lauren Lee to the plate now. Lauren Lee, she already homered today. You put the bunt signal on for her and move Lexi over. Do you let her swing away? In this situation.
If she's got it in the tool bag, bunt.
Yep.
If not, let's see what we can do. Cleanup hitter, you kind of want your middle of the order to eat if possible, especially with base runners. Also, you got to look at the rest of the lineup, too. Are you confident that they can drive in the runner if you get him over to second? They're going to let Lauren Lee swing away, and she goes deep to center field, and good thing they did because this ball is out of here. Lauren Lee goes yard. Broncos get a 2-run homer and retake the lead.
I said she was my ticket this season to come up big. And there it comes again. 2-run shot for Lauren Lee. Big 2 runs for HC, and that's RBIs. Number 4 and 5 on the day for Lauren Lee.
That ball hung up there, too. That was a hanger, and Lauren Lee didn't waste any time putting that one straight away to center field. You almost knew it as soon as it was thrown that ball was going to go for a ride. And they roll it back into the dugout for Lauren Lee to keep as a souvenir. The Broncos have a 2-run lead. 8-6 we go.
Peno now coming to the plate here for HC.
Coming in for Kyla Humphreys. So back to Peno at the designated position player spot where she was at in game number 1. For Peno, 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1. So now you got your 2-run lead. Now you got your cushion. You got no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's tack on a few more, shall we? Start with Kyla Peno. Ana Medeiros waiting in the on-deck circle. Skinner will bat third. After a leadoff single from Lexi Mudloff and Lauren Lee with her second home run of the evening. And the Broncos retake the lead.
And now you're up 2-0 on the count if you're Kaylee Peno. You wait for your pitch. You take it. That ball is there, you take it, and you can drive it somewhere. Make this baby a 3-run lead.
Well, that's exactly what Lauren Lee did. It was just a mistaken location. It was a meatball for Lauren Lee, and she took one look at that one and said, "See you later." And that ball went for such a flight, I think it had an in-flight movie and drink service on it. Complimentary pretzels. There's a swing off the fence. There's activity stirring up here in the press box as they're getting the gift baskets here for senior night ready to be distributed.
I think those flowers are for you, Tyson.
Are they really?
I think so.
They look so beautiful. If you give them to me, they'll die in a week, guaranteed.
I think they're from Coach Troy Baker, I believe, if I remember rightly. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everybody.
I have no idea how to keep flowers alive.
I'm
Here's a 3-2 pitch to Kyla Peno. As this ball is fouled off the dugout. Again, Broncos playing, keep their postseason dreams alive. Despite a win today and a sweep of the Mount Marty Lancers, they'll still need some help.
Scoreboard watch.
And they'll need some help from the Midland University Warriors, who on paper, it should be able to go chalk, but we all know this fun game of softball is Peno. Takes a big swing up into the night sky, and this one is going to get too much air underneath it. It'll be a routine fly ball out for Soski. Nothing guaranteed in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, and we've said it.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. We've seen it this season. Any team on any given day, all you got to do is pick up one. How many times can you get a 15-0 game one followed up by a 5-4 pitchers duel in the second? You know.
Yep.
Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? But if Midland can take care of biz, that would move the Broncos into the 8th spot into the GPAC tournament.
That was over the plate.
It was. Just a little bit of a delay on that strike call. It's 1-1.
Good thing is, Next pitch, line drive, center field. That's going to get there for a base hit. Gets past the center fielder. Madero's going to wheel in the second. She's going to hold up there. That's going to be a double for Ana Maderos.
You were saying?
And I was saying.
You had good news.
Good news is it is a Friday night.
Uh-huh.
And my Ducks are playing tonight, and it's going to be a 9 o'clock first drop puck, and I'll be able to stay up and watch it tonight. I was going to say that, but nice job by Ana Maderos, and we're going to have a runner for her.
Yep.
It's going to be Charlie Mellish again doing the running. So Mellish now at second.
Charlie over to second base. Sam Skinner now stepping up to the plate. A single, a home run, and a double here in the 3-hit, 2-run, 5th so far. Broncos looking to do even more damage. Now we're at the bottom of the order. Sam Skinner, sacrifice fly, and a fly out to center. Stepping up to the plate. Who's in the on-deck circle?
Sam Skinner.
In blue is getting ready behind the plate. Upstairs for ball 1.
Tight game in the NHL playoffs. The Lightning and Canadians are tied at 2 with 5 minutes to go in the third.
I know Tampa wins a lot as Skinner going out towards the gap. Right fielder is there, and look what I found. Makes the catch. Jacinto with the glove high above her head. Makes the grab. There's 2 down. I know the Lightning win a lot in the East, but I don't like the Canadian teams, so give me Tampa in that series.
And then Vegas and Utah tonight. That series is tied at 1 apiece also.
I'm also going for Vegas in that series.
And my game, Ducks Oilers are tied at 1 a game apiece, but this time in Anaheim.
Reagan Hughes at the plate. Activity stirring in the bullpen for the Broncos. As again, they need 6 outs to put the finishing touches here on a sweep. Pop fly, right field side. Jacinto is there, and the inning comes to a conclusion. But the Broncos score 2 on 3 hits. Most notably, the 2-run bomb from Lauren Lee has given the Broncos the lead as we go to the 6th inning. Broncos 8, Mount Marty 6. GPAC Softball is on Extreme Sports.
At High Street Insurance and Financial Services, we are agents of change. We believe life is full of new opportunities, and we guide you forward with strength and confidence so together we can build stronger, more resilient communities, illuminating the path ahead, where opportunities are always within reach. We do it for all our futures. High Street Insurance and Financial Services, located at 3606 Cimarron Plaza, Suite 280 in Hastings.
It has done a lot of damage. First pitch misses for a ball.
Yeah, Jacinto with a double, Boone with a single, Richardson with a double. As a 4-3 put out.
Yep, quick roller to second base side. Lexi's there, goes over to Lee. 4-3 with Kayleen Jacinto stepping up to the plate. A double for Jacinto, a walk and a strikeout. Kayleen had the RBI triple back in game number 1 to start off the scoring. That was a 5-2 Bronco victory, courtesy of a Lauren Lee walk-off. Now Jacinto's going to go down the right field line. Goodbye. on a line. That ball got out in a hurry. That looked like me when I'm 5 minutes late for work trying to get through 281 traffic. It booked a home run, Kayleen Jacinto, and now 8-7. And how long's your leash?
Not very long. Not at this point. Not at this point.
I'm kind of surprised. We're going to go with another batter.
I think you give her one more.
Okay.
And if she gets on, then I think Bailey Schmidt's going to come in the ballgame.
I'm worried about this Jaden Simpkins, who has been a Bronco killer, waiting in that on-deck circle. The home run, the single. She had the game-tying single.
Yeah, that's why I think if she gets on, I think TB's going to pull her. His first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1.
8-7 ball game. Mount Marty has out-hit Hastings College, but critical errors and walks have bit the Lancers. Also the long ball. The Broncos have hit 3 home runs on the day. Mudloff with 1, Lee with 2. Lee's most recent home run, the 2-run go-ahead homer. That right now represents to be the biggest moment in 2026 for Hastings College softball. 8-7 game, 2-1. Count here to Brooke Richardson. Richardson has doubled and has an RBI, has walked and scored a run. Wouldn't mind seeing her going back to the bench.
Yep.
Without doing much any damage. 2-2, Danny needs a strikeout.
Yeah, because Bailey's now getting ready to roll. She's on deck, ready to roll.
Check swing. She went. Brooke Richardson goes down on strikes, rung up by the first base umpire. On the check swing, went too far. And that's a big strikeout for Danny Sitz. We'll see if she can get one more. The dangerous Jaden Simpkins coming to the plate. Has homered and singled so far here in this one. 3 RBIs for Jaden. And the pitch from Danny upstairs misses for a ball.
And do you pitch around her?
Nope.
Go right at her?
I don't want any more traffic on the base paths. I'm getting aggressive. I'm getting my strikeout. I'm going back to the dugout. Getting the offense fired up. 1-1 count here to Simpkins. Outside corner, not going to get it. 2-1. Hastings College in a must-win sweep, leading late. But a big hitter at the 5-hole pops it up. First base side, Lee's there. Broncos out of the jam in the 6th. A solo shot, but still one back is Mount Marty. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Broncos leading 8-7. It's Broncos softball on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back at the yard here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex on Extreme Sports. Bottom of the 6th we go. 8-7 ball game. Hastings College currently leading Mount Marty. A 2-run home run off the bat of Lauren Lee gave the Broncos the lead. Kayleen Jacinto just hit a solo shot to pull the Lancers back within 1. But here in the bottom of the 6th, the Broncos have a chance for some more insurance runs, with 9-1 and 2 due up. Pad the cushion with a little bit of lead, get some run support here. or just score 7 and walk off Mount Marty the easy way without 7th inning drama. I'm good with both scenarios. I prefer the other one the better. The latter the better. McLean, Cap, and Carroll due up. And it's an 0-1 here for Jenna as J.C. Hyen goes to work on her. J.C. misses that one for a ball. We're 1-1. Slow roller, third base side. 5-3 put out to start things here in the Broncos 6th. You, Marcus, have shut the screen on your laptop. You were monitoring the Husker game.
Yeah, I'm tired of watching it.
It's not going well, is it?
No, 10-5 Illinois.
Okay.
I'm going to the 8th, bottom of the 8th. That Huskers haven't done anything today. There's going to be a major, you know what, in the locker room after the game tonight.
Pitch upstairs. Well, I don't think it'll be a party. If you're trying to give me hints, could be a nice little celebration and a send-off here for our Hastings College seniors if they can hang on and win. This one is Cap. Goes through the gap between short and third. Another base knock for her. 2 singles here in game number 2.
Yeah, Carroll's come up big today, too. She has scored a run, and she has singled here in this game, and she also singled and scored back in the first game as well.
3-4 have come up huge here for the Broncos. Lexi and Lauren Lee have both gone yard. Lexi is sitting in the on-deck circle. We'll see what Sophia can do here. Soph squares around. Ooh.
Just foul.
That was close to being handled in fair territory, my friend. It goes just foul, though.
Yeah, if you're 8C, you want to get that run back.
Man.
Get yourself up back.
That's a
by
dangerous
2.
play.
I know. I thought the same thing.
Came crashing in from third. I thought she got the ball in fair territory for a second. It's an 0-1 nonetheless here to Carroll. Look how far the third baseman's crashing. The ball misses upstairs. Krause almost beat the ball to home plate. The way she's crashing in, expecting a little small ball here from Baker.
It's almost like a squeeze play. She's coming in hard.
You know what? We'll get a square around here, laying one down the first baseline. This will be beautifully executed. It is a sacrifice bunt. Runner does advance. What is really, 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 really tempting as a batter, Marcus, is when you do have the bunt sign on, you do know that everybody knows that you have the bunt sign on. You see them crashing. You know how hard it is, tempting it is not to just pull back and rip one over the third baseman's head?
Yep.
And that's why I sat on the bench a lot.
I've done that. I've actually done that.
I didn't disobey the coach's commands because that would have meant a rough conversation at the dinner table the next day.
Mine was a conversation with the coach. Hey, if they're coming in and crashing, you want me to pull it back and put one over there? Sure.
Lexi coming to bat with a runner on second. 2 down here. Lexi looking for some green to score a run. It's an Adam ball right at Eaton. And the inning prematurely comes to a close. Broncos get a base runner in scoring position. Can't score him. We're going to the 7th. It's the last chance for romance for Mount Marty as it's an 8-7 Bronco lead. You're listening to Hastings College Softball here on Extreme Sports.
I became the manager about 1.5 years ago.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back with you here at Bill Smith Softball Complex on Extreme Sports. 6, 7, and 8 due up in the 7th. Broncos need 3 outs. And standing back in the circle, getting ready to go, is once again Danny Sitz. See if she can't come in relief and win this ball game here for the Broncos. This is Sarah Aguilar at the plate. Aguilar with a sacrifice bunt and 2 flyouts here in the ball game. As Sitz goes to work on the bottom of the order. Pop fly, touring foul territory, and Lauren Lee just misses the catch. Just past the outstretched glove for Lauren Lee. Extra life for Sarah Aguilar. Alyssa Krause waiting in the on-deck circle. 4 hits here from the bottom of the order. Mount Marty's been balanced in terms of how the order has come with their plate appearances today. Been impressed with 3, 4, 5, but then you look at this box score and equally impressive when you've got 5 hits from the bottom 3 batters here in this ball game. It's a 1-2 here to Aguilar. Sits, rocks and fires. 1 hop, shortstop side. And McLean over to Lee in time. 6-3 put out. Alyssa Krause coming up to the plate. 2 flyouts to Kapler and a double.
She also scored back in inning number 2.
Bridget McGill awaiting in the on-deck circle. Broncos 8 runs on 10 hits. 7 runs, 11 hits for the Lancers with 1 error. Sitz throws that one upstairs, tried to get Krause to chase. Sitz would be the winning pitcher of record. Came in what we'll call a high leverage situation. It wasn't pretty. It was bases loaded in a 4-0 game at that point. Surrendered a walk, which made it 5-0, and then got to work. And so did the Bronco bats. Chipped away for 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. As they gave up the lead early, grabbed it back. Mount Marty tied it, and the Broncos took the 2-run lead for good in the 5th on the 2-run Lauren Lee home run. Here's the pitch. This is going left field side, and this is going to get past Reagan Hoos. Hoos quickly getting it back into the infield, sliding in safely at second base, keeping the tag on. It's going to be Lexi, but it's a double for Alyssa Krause. Her second extra base hit here of the game, and that'll bring up Bridget McGill. And Danny Sitz still in the circle here for Hastings College. She's amped up. She's fired up. Just missed on that location. And it sailed over the head. Yeah, everything that she's hit so far has gone out to right.
Yeah.
One time, she doesn't go oppo. It goes over the left fielder's head. Oof, that one nearly went over the catcher's head. Nice grab by Medeiros to keep the runner at second. The runner at second is Krause. 8-7 Broncos lead. A must-win softball game for Hastings College. As Bridget McGill goes over the top. Swung on and missed. Soski waiting in the on-deck circle. And the pitch. McGill sends this one towards the gap, and Carroll's chasing it. It's off the fence. She's going to have to pick it up and throw. We are tied here in the 7th. An RBI double from the bat of Bridget McGill. And another twist in the tail of the Broncos softball season.
What if? Another what if?
Back-to-back doubles. And still danger here for Danny Sitz. Soski at the plate. She's singled here in this ball game and is going to have a slow roller second base side. Lexi's there. 4-3 put out. There's 2 down. But now it's top of the order time, and the go-ahead run standing at the third base bag. Anxious moments if you're a Bronco fan. They just want to give us another walk-off call, right?
Yeah, because in the top of the, or you have Lauren Lee coming up,
right,
for HC and
Why not?
at 7th.
How poetic would that be?
Oh, on senior night,
Game 1 and Game 2 for Lauren Lee to get 2 walk-offs. Let's get out of the inning first, shall we?
Yep.
Aaron Eaton stepping up to the plate. Eaton going down the right field side, and it's going to go pushed foul. Here we go again.
Quick update from the NFL really quick.
Hit me.
Drew Aller stays in Pennsylvania. He is now a Pittsburgh Steeler.
All right. That makes sense. 0-1, 2 down. Eaton has singled with an RBI and has walked here in this game. Also grounded out to third. The tense moments continue here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. A big at-bat to try to keep this game level at 8. Sits, misses upstairs, 2-1. Need to get after Eaton. You don't want to bring up Bloom. And then it's the heart. Jacinto, Richardson, Simpkins. They've all done some damage today. Got to get after the leadoff hitter in Aaron Eaton. Here's the 2-1. And it catches the inside corner. Let's go. 2s across the board, shall we? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at the third base bag. Late drama here at Bill Smith Softball Complex as we approach the 9 p.m. hour. Sits. Winds in, delivers. Pop fly. Right field side cap is there. Let's go hit. Let's go hit. Bottom of the 7th we go. We are tied. Hastings College, Mount Marty in a must-win game for the Broncos. Looking to come on down to a walk-off. Stay with us here at the Bill. We're back after the break.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Bill Smith Softball Complex here on Extreme Sports 2, part of a triple header of sports action that we've had for you today. 2 games here with Mount Marty in a pivotal must-win situation for the Hastings College Broncos, where the Broncos won the first game by the score of 5-2 and are currently tied here in Game 2 at 8-8. It was a victory for the Hastings High baseball team as they took down Lincoln Northwest 10-2 over at Duncan Field, and now it's time for Lauren Lee. I don't know why I decided to sit down in the commercial break. I'm not going to be able to now. Lauren Lee stepping up to the plate. She has homered in the first game. She hit the 2-run go-ahead shot in the 5th, and now represents the winning run as they work on Lauren Lee. Marcus, I'm surprised that they're pitching to her. I know that you don't want to put a runner on first base that would represent the go-ahead run, but with one swing of the bat, Lauren Lee can in this game. I'm kind of surprised that they're going after her. Here's the 1-0. Miss upstairs, 2-0.
And to try and pitch around her a little bit.
Could be that too, yep. I wouldn't even mess. I would just throw 4 dirt balls. Work on my bowling technique. As the pitch comes into Lee, upstairs, you're right, they don't want any part.
Nope.
They're just trying to get her to chase.
Yep.
Shades of Albert Bell when he chased after a intentional walk pitch and knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Get up on the step stool. And that one goes across for a strike, so I stand corrected. 3-1. Hitters count. Here to your cleanup hitter on senior night. Holy was swinging for the Menard sign. Swung on and missed. Well, that ball was going to go for a ride had she made contact. Just over the top. Upstairs, Lee draws the walk. She's not going to walk. She is sprinting down the first base line. Broncos are pumped. They're fired up. They can feel it. A walk-off opportunity.
Brings up Kaylee Pino.
Pino now to the plate. Pino has flown out to center here in this one. She's looking for her first hit. Now would be a great time.
Yep.
Pino, you're due. 1 on, nobody down here in the bottom half of the 7th. Pino also swinging for West 11th Street. Comes up over the top. So hard to stay in control and keep the emotions in check here. And you're going to swing out of your shoes. This is such a big spot. You're in your backyard playing this game. These are the moments that you dream of, scenarios you dream to come up in. Pressure-packed situations, game on the line, chance to continue your season. Ugh. It's emotional. So I think back to the many days in the backyard, same situation, right? Here we go with the 0-2 to Pino. Middle is wide open, by the way.
Yep.
Any comebacker is going to be trouble. Beautiful crystal clear night here in Hastings. The weekend forecast not looking so much. Here's a 1-2. Pino puts it in play, heading out towards the gap in right center, and this ball's going to go! Walk-off home run! Kylie Pino gives the Broncos a much-needed victory. Lee gets on base, Pino delivers the walk-off, and the Broncos pick up 2 crucial victories here on senior night.
What a call. We called it a walk-off somehow. I thought it was going to be Lauren Lee. We were just 1 batter too late, my friend. Well, that's all right. That gives the Hastings some hope. Now they can kind of take it back and relax a little bit and watch Midland and Doane tomorrow, get a Midland sweep, and baby, you're going to the postseason again if you can be able to get Midland 2 wins tomorrow.
There will be no relaxing while watching that game tomorrow for Hastings College. But most importantly, taking care of business, going out winners. It's senior night, last opportunity on your home field, and you made the most of it. And boy, Marcus, did they make it a lot of fun in the process. 2 games here on Extreme Sports, both end in walk-off fashion. Lauren Lee in Game 1. Kylie Pino in Game 2. The Broncos are staying alive in the Great Plains Athletic Conference race. 2 crucial games tomorrow that we will be monitoring in Crete as Doane University takes on the Midland University Warriors. Midland needs to win 2. If Doane wins 1, they have the tiebreaker and the advantage over Hastings College. But right now, none of that matters because that's a happy bunch of Broncos that are celebrating a victory over there in left field. Marcus, take us through this one. This had all the emotions.
I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin.
From the beginning, my friends.
Beginning, I mean, I guess I can try and remember to go back for 2 hours. It's been a heck of a day, here for the Broncos. Lauren Lee getting, the walk-off 3-run shot to win it in game number 1. And now Kaylee Pino just put a 2-run blast over the fence to win it 10-8. And my goodness, I mean, I hated that it is our last broadcast here inside the Smith Softball Complex for the season, but my goodness, it was a treat. Back-to-back years, we ended this the broadcast schedule of our side of things on a walk-off home run. So it's been fun. 10 runs, 11 hits for HC, 8 runs, 13 hits, and an error for Mount Marty. But, man, what a night to be a Bronco.
What a night to be a Bronco indeed, and that night just got a little bit more sweeter. I got some intel and some information. We've done some more math, and we've done some more digging, and we now understand that the tiebreaker scenario is with 1 Midland win. So, a split. Let's go continue to play GPAC softball. We'll let all that get sorted out tomorrow with the Warriors and the Tigers. For us, for the Broncos, for the seniors, for Coach Baker, and everybody that's had to put up with us this season, we walk out of the regular season with a big, big Bronco victory. A 2-game sweep, 2 walk-offs, and a whole lot of fun as the Broncos knock off Mount Marty here tonight. For my broadcast partner, my right-hand man, Marcus Metcalf, our sports director, Mike Will, for the IT Shaner back at Mission Control, I'm Tyson Nevronik, wishing you a very pleasant good evening as we make it a great night to be a Bronco. So long, everyone.
You've been listening to Hastings College Softball on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. From first pitch to the final out, we're proud to bring you Broncos softball all season long. Thanks for joining us for today's broadcast, and be sure to stay with Extreme Sports for more Hastings College sports coverage throughout the season.